Okay, Sunday Ramble, Volume 13. Ooh, that's scary. If you don't know what this is just a moment where I stop to talk about God and like my time walking with Him, my time being around Him. If that's not what you're into, that's not what you like, totally fine. Just feel free to swipe up, keep scrolling, live on. Um, so, so I was at church today and I got reminded about all the times, like little times, that I put myself in such a precarious situation. One good example of it is I was up on a bunch of rocks, like really high up on a cliff, and like all my friends were like just jumping off into the water over and over again, and I was doing the same thing. It's just what we did growing up. It was like a little fun spot. And then one time I slipped like down 2, 3 feet and I had to grab onto this branch. And it was not a strong branch. It should not have held me. And I remember just sitting there and praying and praying and praying, just asking Jesus to come take my hand and like lift me back up. And luckily, like that stick held. That stick held me right there, and I eventually got the strength to pull myself back up and into that area. And I was so thankful, but then I continued to not talk to God or around God or anything like that. And then another time, me and my brother were out, and I was inside the passenger seat of his Sunfire, and he didn't have a license at the time, and we were just drifting around all these back roads. And while we were doing that, we had a real bad moment where like his tail end of the Sunfire like slid off of the edge of basically a downward cliff, just straight down into this dirt hill area. If you've ever been into the Canadian like BC backcountry, you'll know what I'm talking about. We got all of these like little logging roads that you'll find having these overlooks and these cliffs. But back tire went off of that. And for that split second, I immediately started talking to God again. I was like, please just let us come out of this. Let us go home to our mom. Let us do this. Tire ended up swooping way back up and around, spinning out the car, but like we were able to drive out of it. And inside of that moment, I was so thankful again. And I walked away again. And I had so many of these dumb moments of growing up, doing all these dumb things and constantly being brought back and just stepping away immediately after feeling his touch on my life and feeling his hand over me, just abandoning him again and again and again. Um, and then now I've fully come to him. I talk to him daily, I talk to him constantly, and I love how much he has forgiven me for how much I have put off on him. Which brought me to thinking today at church about this time that my little sister came along. She was like 3 years old. I was like 10. But I had built this like 30,000 piece puzzle that was a 3D puzzle inside of the shape of this European castle that I spent hours upon hours upon hours. Like, legitimately, I think 2 months of my life I spent building this 3D castle. It was the first puzzle I'd ever tried to do. And right when I was about to finish it, she came through, 2 year old, just stomped straight through it, top to bottom. And to this day, I've been talking about it, and I think I've had this little bit of a grudge over her for this for so long. And I was saying in church today, and it kind of just hit me, and it dawned on me. If God and Jesus, the Holy Spirit, have the ability to look at my life, pull me back from that edge time after time after time, and give me that forgiveness, how is it that I could not forgive this 2-year-old for something that she did to me so many years ago. So yeah, this is the last I'm going to talk about it, because I've taken the time now to forgive her in my mind, inside of my words to others, and inside of my words to her. So this is the last I'm going to speak about it. From here on, Artemis, you are forgiven for the time you destroyed my castle. Alright, have a good one. Bye, guys.